Hello and welcome to Chit Chat with Jed & Co, the show where everyone gets their say. Today we're at Mike Krause Martial Arts Academy in Glasgow, where I'm going to be speaking to one of the legends of the sport. Mike, welcome to the show. I'm delighted to have you here. How are you?
I'm great, Jed. Nice to see you again.
You good? Yeah,
I'm great.
looking forward to telling people who Mike Krause is in the Martial Arts Academy. And basically, Mike, who is Mike Krause and what is your martial art background?
I'm Mike Krause. I'm a 7th degree black belt in martial arts. I've trained with probably some of the most legendary martial artists on the planet. And it started, Jed, a long time ago when I was about 7 years old. I had an uncle, Felix, used to come around the house and he used to teach me and my brother unarmed combat, how to chop and kick someone in the back of the leg and the knee. And we fell in love with martial arts and we picked it up. So at school, I practiced a little bit of boxing and then a little bit of Aikido. And then I got into martial arts seriously when I was maybe about 11 years old, the art Taekwondo.
Yeah.
So the martial art Taekwondo, the founder, General Choi Hong Hee, had 7 masters that he placed throughout the world. And his master, Keha Ree, he gave him Great Britain and Northern Ireland as his pitch. Okay. And the headquarters was in Glasgow. So for a young kid, for me, it was dynamite. So we went along, joined the martial art, took to it like a duck to water. Yeah. Loved it and trained for many years. Got involved with the Glasgow team and then the British team, European team. And then I was fortunate to be one of the first few people in Britain who received a black belt under the founder, General Choi Hong Hee.
That's right, when I was doing my research as well, you were one of the first black belts, is that right?
Yeah.
In Scotland for that?
Yeah, so I got my black belt at 17 and then we're trying to pioneer Taekwondo, so I was chosen to go professional and I helped pioneer in Glasgow in the west of Scotland. So it was a lot of fun.
Fantastic, Mike. And also as well, I noticed that you were good friends with the late, great Gerard Kelly. Anybody in Scotland who's been to pantomime or watch, and he had such a diversification as well, from playing the villain to being the pantomime to being the comedian, and sadly he's no longer with us. What's your connection with Gerard Kelly?
He was a great friend. When I was about 17 to about 21, Kelly and myself and my brother were like brothers, we're 3 amigos. Yeah. We're inseparable, we've done everything together. And he trained in martial arts with us, he was really, really good in martial arts. And there was a cafe in Alexander Parade called the Bertels.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And we used to sit there and have coffee and a cheeseburger. And Kelly used to say, I'm going to become a professional actor. And we said, we're going to become professional martial artists. And we never knew how we were going to do it. And then, just a year before Kelly died, we got together and went back to the cafe and sat there. And had a coffee and a cheeseburger and he says, okay, well, you've really made it as a martial as a star.
Looking at your journeys.
And martial arts, and it was great. You know, he's a great guy. Miss him a lot.
Yeah, he's a Scottish legend in his game as well, Mike. Now, I'm here at your academy. I've known you for many years. Grown up, you look at films, you look at anybody that thinks martial arts, thinks of the late, great Bruce Lee. Tell us, Mike, what's your lineage to Bruce Lee? Because that's fascinating.
Well, when I was a kid, again, I was young, I trained martial arts and I had my posters, Bruce Lee posters on my room, I think like everyone did. Yeah. And the goal was to meet someone who had trained with Bruce Lee's partner and associate, a guy called Dan Inosanto. Yeah. He was Bruce Lee's partner and associate. When Bruce Lee died, he was the only person qualified to teach art. Now, he came to London in 1984 and I was fortunate to be invited down for a seminar and we just clicked. He loved the Scottish accent, he always wanted to come to Scotland. And at that particular time, he was looking for professional martial artists to take Bruce Lee's art, Jeet Kune Do, and his art, Filipino Kali, and spread it. So we were chosen to bring it to Scotland. So from 1984 to about 2010, I went to the States and trained as an academy and I brought me to Glasgow every year and now we're qualified as art.
And I see the photographs around the academy and that's what again people get the misconception as well, martial arts, because there's a range in martial arts, Mike. So if you can just tell the viewers as well, how many arts do you actually train here at Mike Krause Martial Arts Academy?
At the academy MKMA we teach 7 different disciplines. 7? Yeah, we teach Thai boxing, we teach Filipino Kali, Indonesian Silat, we teach Taekwondo, French kickboxing, and we teach Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. And the system that I've created is called KMAX. It stands for Krause martial art cross training, and it's a blend of these different martial art systems. So it gives you kind of the best of the best, I think.
Absolutely, I can vouch for that because I've trained with you for many years. That leads me on to my next question, Mike. If anybody's watching this and they've got, what is martial arts? Because people, to be fair, they don't understand because they think it's just for kicking and punching. You've always said anything could be further from the truth. So again, for the viewers, what type of person comes to Mike Krause Martial Art Academy? What type of person, what kind of range do you have here at the academy?
Great question, Jed. I've got students. My youngest student is a 6-year-old girl. She's fantastic. Can we do from 6 upwards?
Yeah.
And her concentration is great, and she's a star. And my oldest student is 67. With people from all walks of life, I've got police officers, housewives, accountants, lawyers, students, anybody who wants a different kind of sport. A lot of people are fed up with just the gyms, so looking for some alternative. And martial arts is a great vehicle to improve all areas of your life. It's more than we said before, just punching and kicking. But training martial art for me at the studio, the MKMA, people get an awful lot out of it. I think we've got some for everyone. Yeah,
they come away buzzing, and during lockdown, what I was watching as well, because you evolved and you did a lot of sessions online, and I was watching one of the sessions. My wife was, oh my God, she was making the dinner one night, and I did it live through Facebook, and she's making the dinner, and I'm doing a martial art kick towards the television. It's as if you were looking back at me, but it was incredible. But and that's what I like about you, Mike. You diversify, and you're a people's person, and that's what you get when you leave. You always say that when people come in here, they might be feeling a little bit down with life, but when they come out, my goodness, they're buzzing, eh?
Yeah, we've got a saying here: mundane behaviour will not be tolerated here. So.
And it is true, and it takes me on to my next point, and a serious point, Mike, because working with kids and you hear it, you read it in the papers, and especially with online stuff and different things, you're very much into anti-bullying, and how does Mike Krause Martial Arts? If you're a parent watching this, what would if I was going to bring my young one to Mike Krause Martial Arts Academy, and obviously you do an anti-bullying session, so what does that entail, Mike?
With the kids, we work with kids from 5 years old up, and we work in little martial art games, and make it fun for them, and we help to raise their confidence, their self-esteem. We borrow some of the different martial arts disciplines, and it's so good for children for coordination. It's a good stress release. If some of them are hyperactive, it calms them down. And also it's great for me to give them confidence. A lot of the kids who come are getting bullied, Jed. And after I stint with for about maybe 3-6 months, they stop getting bullied. Not because they're going to fight, but because their physiology is different. And the kids who are bullying, they don't have the same effect to them. So it's good for anti-bullying stress.
What's the reason for that, Mike? It sounds very simple to me, and the viewers possibly think, okay, I come into Mike, I'm getting bullied before my son or my daughter's getting bullied at school or whatever, and they come to Mike Krause Martial Arts Academy, they don't get bullied anymore, and they don't raise their hands.
No. Well, they know within themselves that if they're attacked, they could take care of themselves. So they're no longer threatened with the bully. So the bully doesn't have the same.
The bully moves on them. And it gives them builds their self-confidence. That's for sure. Now, also I hear that you do women's self-defence only for women as well. And tell us about that, Mike.
Jed, that's really important. I designed a programme for female only, and I do it the last Sunday of the month. We have a workshop for 90 minutes, and it's called the Escape to Gain Safety Programme. It's 90 minutes, it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of practical hands-on. There's a lot of theory and stuff, how to avoid danger, how to recognise it, how to take yourself out the danger point if it comes there. And out of all the martial arts I've chosen 10 self-defence techniques that a woman or anyone can use to defend themselves, to give them the edge. And we give fact sheets out that is backed up with the police, and it's a lot of fun. So they come in the door, after 90 minutes, they have a bag of tools, they go out, they have a little bit of fun with me, and they have a lot of great martial art techniques. And again, it builds self-confidence, because, and that takes me nicely onto my next point, because there's a thing that you do here, you were telling me, it's called colour coding, and how people have got different kind of zones they can go into. Explain that, Mike, please. The colour coding we use is 4, it's quite simple and easy to learn. It's white, yellow, amber, red. So a code white is someone who's totally unaware of the surroundings. They're just switched off.
Yeah.
Psychologists tell us that's a code alpha state.
Okay.
And if you do your job regularly, you get into that state, you just turn off and switch off. So it's okay, but sometimes we're out, we don't want to be switched off. Code yellow, code 2 is just alert and aware of your surroundings. Code 3 is amber. There's been a change of threat environment, so you move up that level. And code red is danger, so you've got to take yourself out. So if you're in a code white, walking around daydreaming, it can go from white to red really, really quick, and you'll be attacked. But if you're a code yellow and aware, you could see a threat and remove yourself quickly and quietly. Yeah. If like me, I'm driving the car and a code white, someone might hit me in a code red, but if I'm yellow, I'll see someone taking a movement, and I'll manoeuvre to save an accident. So it can happen like that.
I get that, and the way you've explained, I've listened to you in the classes, and the way you've explained it to the kids, if you're a code white, you're not listening to the teacher.
Yeah.
If you're a football player, you're not marking your person on the pitch.
That's exactly.
You've got your earphones in, and you become a danger. So that's a fantastic tool, and it's something that the kids and the adults enjoy.
Yeah, and what I like about the code is you can, as you just said, you can apply it in different walks of life, from driving to learning at school to playing football or up there martial arts.
Takes it into, and also I believe you kind of that was kind of adapted by the Dallas Cowboys many years ago. The colour coding, is that right?
It was invented by a guy. It was an American Marine called Jeff Cooper, who came up with the code white, the code colour, and it was a need for his Marines to be more alert in combat. So that's where I learned it and adopted from there. So
took it for the Marines and then brought it into your academy. Now, also again, your martial arts background, it's all about. When you and I met all those years ago, you reckoned you could take the martial arts into different sports.
Yes.
Because people again just think the misconception martial arts is just for kicking and punching, but you devised a programme for young footballers, which works very well even to this day. Tell us about that, Mike.
Well, when I went to Valencia, I was at Valencia Football Academy, and I was watching the coaches, and I was thinking, wow. I was looking at the trainer, I got talking to coaches, and I realised that they do drills and this and that. And I thought, well, I do that kind of drills and I can bring something to the table. Yeah. So back designed a programme for footballers. It can work in rugby or any sport. See, martial art improves your natural attributes. So it improves distance, timing, reaction, speed, coordination. Yeah. And martial art we use a lot on the left and right side of the body. That's the one. So I've developed a lot of drills we do in pads. So it's fun. So for the football players, the rugby players, it would be a great addition to the training is fitness, and it would work the coordination left and right side of their body, and it can improve their speed and time. So I know that the football clubs out there, they're looking for something different alternative, and this can certainly
gives you that extra 5%. And a drill that I noticed that you work with a lot of kids and a lot of young players as well is the breathing techniques, because you highlight that a lot of people don't know how to breathe, and that sounds you don't live, you don't breathe. But you've got breathing techniques which helps kids in the classroom if they're about to sit an exam. Explain that, Mike.
Well, there's different type of breathing. We say when you're born, the first thing you do, you breathe, and we leave the planet. The last thing we're going to do, breathe, and we breathe in between. But you're right, most people don't breathe correctly.
And they're under pressure.
Yeah, so when you're under pressure and you hyperventilate, so I've got a breathing that's a 1-4-2. So it's a ratio 1-4. So you breathe in a deep breath through your nose for 1. Yeah. You hold it for 4 seconds, and you breathe out for 2 seconds, and you repeat that 10 times, and that can lower blood pressure. It can de-stress you or desensitize you. So if you're taking an exam, you can do it. If you're stuck in traffic, you can do it. If you're going to take that pen, put that big goal, you can do it. Maybe just 5 breaths. You don't want to be there too long,
Get the crowd in anticipation. Hold it. Mike Krause just told me to wait. You'll just need to wait for the penalty kick.
So this breathing you can use in about other breathing that will give you instant energy or relax you. So that, again, this is part of the martial arts.
And again, you've been doing this for over 40 odd years, as you said there. Obviously, you're looking great for your age, Mike, I must add.
Thanks, man. Don't feel 95.
Forever young. But the thing I like about you, Mike, as well, you're always learning. You went to Valencia all those years ago, and you saw a gap in the market, saying I can bring, and you're actually going to be working with some professional clubs here in Scotland as well, because some of the clubs, especially I think it's Ajax Amsterdam, they've got a martial artist working with them for the youth level all the way through, and you're going to take that to another level. So you're always learning, and I noticed you travel every other year to Thailand. Why was it? Explain that, Mike.
Well, I studied Thai boxing. I thought I'd love to go to Thailand. The Thailand trained Thai boxing, the land where it came from, watch the fights, go and train with Thais. And I thoroughly love it, because when I go there, I'm just a student, nobody knows me. And I'm just a beginner, white belt, and if I fall, it doesn't make any difference, and I learn a lot of stuff, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So I like going, becoming an eternal student, and it's a great way of de-stressing as well, getting myself away from the business and relaxing. Yeah,
and what that does as well, Mike, what I like about that, it shows you've got an academy here, and you've got pictures that's just mind-blowing for anybody that's looking to get involved in martial arts, but you're still always looking, always looking to raise the bar.
You're always
at Mike Krause Martial Arts Academy,
Yeah, I think there's always, if you want to learn, you can always learn. I think every day's a school day. And I learn a lot from my students, just the way they pick things up. I'm fascinated about learning and developing.
Now, you're always asking questions. So that leads me on to my last point, Mike. You've come this far. The academy. You've had thousands and thousands of students from all different walks of life. What is your plans for the future?
Well, for the next,
where do you see it going?
For the next 50 years, I want to keep on doing what I'm doing. I want to keep on trying to take the martial arts further and help people from all walks of life to become better. Become the better person using martial arts as a vehicle to improve all levels of their life.
Exactly.
So,
and my last point, if any viewers out there are watching this and they're thinking about doing martial arts, and maybe thinking of sending the young one to martial arts, and maybe middle-aged themselves, no matter what age they are, what would you say to the viewers?
Well, give it a try. I'll give you a 1 week free trial, and also a specialised Jed in a one-to-one personal program as well, where I design a bespoke system for whatever you want. It could be fitness, martial arts, self-defence. I tailor make it, and the programs are legendary. So give it a shout, give it a try.
Okay, that concludes our interview here at Mike Krause Martial Arts Academy for Chit Chat with Jed & Co, the show where everyone gets a say. Mike, thank you very much for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jed. It's been fun.
Cheers.